Hello everybody. Let's try something different today. Today I am going to tell you three sentences and you have to say whether I am right or wrong. First, he quickly, she happily, and it terrible cold. Am I right? Yes, of course not. There is something missing. And today's video is about that missing element. What is missing there? I am going to tell you which is the prime and basic need to complete a sentence in this video. If you watch it till the end, you will know what are those elements and how do you use that elements in your sentence and very correctly. So, welcome you all at Learning is Fun with Progaparomita. He runs quickly. I didn't say this word runs. Similarly, she danced happily. And it is terrible cold. Here, the words like runs, danced, and is. Unless these words, you can't make a complete and correct sentence. So, let's see what are these words are. These words are called verbs. Verbs is used to say something about a person or thing. For example, she left yesterday. Did she leave yesterday? Or we can say that she will leave tomorrow. Here in all these examples, you find the verb leave is used in three different ways. What is that? That is, she left yesterday. Here it is left. But we may say that she will leave. Here will leave. But here, did she leave yesterday? Here did leave. Why they are? Now, depending on the function a verb does in a sentence, there are three types of verb you may find in English language. What are they? First, they are the categories is the main word, the full verb. Some verbs are called full verb. Why? They can act as a main verb. For example, she eats a pizza. But here are another subcategory, that is the primary verb. That verb that can act both as a main verb and as an auxiliary verb. For example, she has eaten a pizza, or she has a pizza for her lunch. And there are the other category is the modal auxiliary that can act only as an auxiliary verb to add some extra meaning or the degree of certainty or necessity to your sentence. For example, you can say that she can eat a large pizza. Here, can is a modal auxiliary because it denotes the ability of a person. So, now talking about the main verbs or the full verbs. Full verbs or main verbs can be divided as the action verb and the linking verb. What about that? Action verbs refers to the action or state, whereas the linking verb not followed by an object, followed by a phrases to add extra information. Those who don't know what are the object are, please do watch my video on subject and object. I will provide the link in the description box below. Now let's see the examples. Here, go, run, play, cook, read, see, write, solve, etc. are the action verbs. For example, I go to my club every day. I play table tennis. Or when that is a linking verb, you may say that appear, feel, look, be, become, get, smell, taste, sound. All these are called the linking verb. I have already told you because they are don't follow or they don't have any object. For example, she looks pretty. Here, pretty is not an object. It is called an object complement. Those who wants to know more about complement, please do watch my video on subject complement and object complement. I will provide the link in the description box below. And here, he is a cousin of mine. Here, looks and is are the linking verb because they connect a phrase and the subject. Now, the action verbs are of several kinds. That is, you may say that key, climb, jump, run, play, cry, drink, look, listen, write, build, ride, knock, laugh, hug. All these are the action verb because they directly state about some action or some doing. But here are the main verbs that do not say about some action, rather they refers to state, mental or emotional state. For example, see, hear, smell, taste, or you may say that know, understand, remember, forget, think, hope. All these are the verb that refers not the action but the mental or the emotional states. So they are called the verb, state verb, or the state verb, you may say that. Now, here are the primary verb. And why do they call the primary verb? I have already told you that primary verb can use both as an auxiliary verb and as a main verb. Now, here be, have, do, they are called the primary verbs because they perform the dual action. Sometimes they are the main verb, sometimes they are the auxiliary verb. Let's see the examples. Here, is it raining? Here, you find be verb is used as an auxiliary be. Is, I have finished my work. Here, have is used as an auxiliary have. And she doesn't want to stay. Here, doesn't do verb is used as an auxiliary verb to make the sentence negative. Now, here are the examples where these verbs are used as main verb. That is, she is my cousin. Here is a linking verb as you know earlier, and it is a main verb. And we don't have any money. Here have again used as a main verb, and it's say about the possession or denote possession. And what have you been doing today? Here, doing or do verb is used as a main verb. Now, come about the modal auxiliary. I will definitely make other videos in future about auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries, but to know about verb you have to know that. So I very precisely discussed in this video about the modal auxiliaries. What are they? It is used with other verbs to add various meanings, mostly to do with degree of certainty, obligations or ability, etc. For example, can, may, must, should, would, could, might, shall, will, they are the modal auxiliary. Let's see the examples of the modal verbs. Here, you find we will be there around 7:30. That means we will be certainly there. That is the certainty. To denote the certainty, you have to use the modal auxiliary will here. And I must go there. Here must means the necessity. You have to say about some necessity or the urgency. There are some verbs also, they are called the semi-modals, where because semi-modals have meanings related to the main modal verb. For example, dare, need, used to, ought to, etc. Here, for example, if you say need means necessity, and must and needs, they have a connection in respect to their meaning. So need is considered as the semi-modal verb. Now talk about the action verb. Action verb can fall into two subcategories. Sometimes they have the object with them. That is, sometimes verb is followed by a noun or a pronoun that is a direct object. For example, you may say that you surprised me, but you never say you surprised. If you say that you surprised, there is a question mark because you don't understand what I am going to talk. Because surprise is a verb that need an object to complete its sense. Similarly, let's invite Shelley and Bruce. Here you find, if you say let's invite, because invite is also need an object to complete its sense. But in case of some verb, they do not followed by a direct object. For example, do sit down, but you never say do sit that chair. Or I usually sleep well, but you never say she slept the baby, because sleep is a verb that do not followed by a direct object. Now, the verb form. This is very important thing. You have to learn verb form. You have to learn about the tenses of verb. You have to learn the active and passive verbs. That is, I have videos on the passive voice and active voice. There you may find the things are there, how verb changed, because verb conjugation is the prime thing in case of tenses and voices. So if you watch that video, about my videos about voice and tenses, you will know how the verbs changes regarding to that. So I will provide the link in the description box below about the voice and the tenses. So depending on form, you have two categories of verb. Sometimes some verbs are called regular verb and some verbs are called irregular verbs. What are they? Let's see here. Regular verb have a definite rule of ed and em form both in past and the past participle form. But in case of irregular verb, they do not follow any exact rule while you are going to make it past or participle. Actually, verb depending on form, you may find 5 form of the verbs. That is, verb is used with suffixes like s form, ing form, ed form, or en form. Here there is a base form and s or yes form, that depending on noun or pronoun you have to change the verb form. For example, you may say I go there, but he goes there. Here you see, I go, but he goes. Or I go, I am going. Here you see the changes are there. The verb taking a suffix to show you or tell you what type of changes are there. Here I took the examples of two regular verbs and three irregular verbs to show you how they are changed in these forms. They are forms due to these element and taking these suffixes. For example, in the base form you may find call, but when it is a suffix, it is calls, which is used with third person singular number. Calling in the progressive or participle form, called, it is past form, and called. The rules are definite and direct. Here also want, wants, wanting, wanted, and wanted. But in case of irregular verb, you may find that the last two form, that is past form and participle form, they do not follow any definite rule. Let's see. Here, speak, speaks, speaking, but spoke. There is no ed form is here, or spoken. You do not find any proper forms are there. Similarly, cut, carts, cutting, cut, and cut, win, wins, winning, own, and own. Here, one thing I need to tell you that here the participle form may be ed or en. I have mistakenly don't refer there, but you have to keep in mind the participle form always either ed form or en form, but past form is always ed form in case of the regular verb. But in case of irregular verb, they may changes their form, they may be same. For example, cut, or they may change their vowel like win, own, or speak, spoke, etc. But in case of participle form, it is the en form, which is used either in perfect tense or in passive voice. Okay, so these are the examples of regular and irregular verb form. Now let's see the examples. Here I refers to the examples of the regular verb. Here, she may call tonight. Call is a base form. May call, we are used with the modal auxiliary. She calls him every day. Here, calls, because of third person singular number, the base form of verb take a suffix s. She is calling him now in order to show the progression or a continuity, or the continual action. You have to use be verb, auxiliary be, and the main verb taking ing suffix. And here, she has called twice a day. Here you find has is an auxiliary has, and the ed form called, the participle form is used here. Here, has called, that is a perfect aspect of verb. And she called him yesterday. Here you find the ed form, that is the past form. Where you are wish to tell the verb is in past tense, you have to use called. Here are the examples of the irregular verbs. Now, he will come. Here the base form is used in future tense with the auxiliary will. He comes today. Here in the present tense, the verb come take the suffix s. He is coming with his friend. Here the progressive form is used. He has come. Look at here. Here the participle form is neither en nor ed. It is the come, like the base form is used, but it is the participle form. And he came yesterday, that is came is the second form or the past form of verb. These are the examples. Now here that is the important part. Why do we learn verb? We learn verb in order to communicate with others, because if you remember at the beginning of this video, I have told you no sentence in English can be possible without verb. So here are the examples of some verb which is related to your daily life. Now here it is that is there are some pictures. You describe yourself. Imagine you are there and describe your day by using this verb provide in the list here. So try at home, or if you have any problem regarding English verb, please do comment in the comment box. I will definitely tell you. So no more today. Thank you for listening and bye bye.